It's bad enough that with social media we don't have any privacy, period. But now that the government is actually going not only into our banks, but going into our credit files, our personal private credit files, is wrong. Is absolutely wrong.
Statistics Canada and the federal government say it's simply a pilot project as they try and gauge Canada's economy, though some Canadians say they feel that the vault door guarding their private financial information and credit history has been swung open and looted by Statistics Canada. One GTA man tonight is speaking up. He says he's been left feeling violated.
It's like I feel naked. It's terrible. It's terrible.
For more than a year, StatsCan has been collecting personal financial data from the credit reporting agency TransUnion. This January, the StatsCan pilot project planned to also dive into the banking records of more than 500,000 Canadian households. All of this without consent. It's a move that spawned heated argument in Ottawa in recent days.
It's not about what the Prime Minister wants to do with this information. It's about the fact that he doesn't have a right to take it in the first place.
This government will always ensure that Canadians' privacy is protected.
Alan Burke says he only learned that he was one of those randomly selected when he received a letter from TransUnion more than a month after StatsCan had done a, quote, soft inquiry.
We wanted to inform you that a technical issue delayed the posting of a soft inquiry by Statistics Canada dated September 24th, 2018. And look at the date.
You received this letter on November 27th.
Exactly. 2 months later. Something's not right. It's not right.
Burke says his issue isn't so much with having his banking information used to collect data on the Canadian economy, but he firmly believes checking a Canadian's credit file crosses the line. We called the phone number given should there be any concerns. We got a recording.
The administrative data obtained from TransUnion will never be used for any other purpose than to produce aggregate statistics. Statistics Canada is not reviewing the credit history of individual Canadians or performing credit checks.
So how can you say you're not taking credit information when you're going into my file and you're taking credit information?
The information gathered by StatsCan includes social insurance numbers, dates of birth, as well as financial information, including debts and account balances. The agency announced this week that they're suspending the search of any credit records with TransUnion, and they've delayed their January plan to obtain banking information of 500,000 unsuspecting Canadians. The Federal Privacy Commissioner is now investigating StatsCan after concerns like Alan Burke's were brought to their attention. Though one advocacy group tells City News they feel the Privacy Commissioner lacks the power to do much, if anything at all.
The Privacy Act, which is the set of laws that covers this kind of thing, it was created 40 years ago. It's what people call the filing cabinet era. Even if that office does find that there has been some kind of wrongdoing, they're powerless to do anything about it.
In an email to City News, Statistics Canada says they do not perform credit checks on individuals. The agency accesses administrative data strictly for statistical purposes, and individual responses are not shared with anyone without consent. This protection is guaranteed by law.
I feel like a criminal. I feel like a criminal. They've gone into my most precious private information, and who knows where that's going to end up.
Sounding the alarm earlier on City News, we told you why some Canadians feel the vault guarding their private information is being looted by Statistics Canada, as the government tries to access your personal finances and credit history to get a better understanding of our economy. Well, tonight on City News, we're also learning about concerns when it comes to this private information and how it's being kept safe.
This is the kind of information that hackers would love to get their hands on. And we've seen time and time again all kinds of data leaks.
An advocacy group called Open Media says hundreds of Canadians have filed access to information requests to StatsCan to see what kind of information was taken as part of a federal pilot project to survey the Canadian economy. They say some who requested it be sent in a digital format received letters in the mail instead, with Scotch tape sealing sensitive private information.
Other people are finding that StatCan is sending their information back in that same format, and it contains all kinds of things, a SIN number, banking transaction information, all that kind of stuff.
Look what's just happened with the Marriott Hotel. Look what happened with Equifax themselves last year, the millions of people. Now, we're talking about Statistics Canada. Who knows how efficient their cybersecurity is? Like, that's a lot of information that they've taken.
Alan Burke received a notice from the credit agency TransUnion that a soft inquiry had been made into his account by StatsCan. In an email to City News, Statistics Canada says they have a robust security and privacy protection process and mechanisms in place, and our systems have never been breached.
There's a lot of information on credit files, not just credit information. Okay, there's a lot of things on there that they have now delved into, that they have access to. What happens if, God forbid, there is some sort of a breach and something happens? It's happening every day.
Alan says the reason he reached out to City News and shared his story is he hopes others who have concerns will also take them public. This story came to us from a City News viewer. If you've got a story you want us to look into, here's just a few ways you can reach us.